Hi, welcome to the Ria Formosa in Faro in the Algarve in southern Portugal, where a large dredging project is underway. Due to the natural beauty of the Ria Formosa and the shallow draft of the narrow channels, specialist equipment had to be built to undertake this dredging project. The 23.5-metre split hopper barge was designed by naval architect Alistair Hunter in the UK and built by Pegos. The project entailed being able to manoeuvre within the narrow gullies of the Ria Formosa and also not exceed a draft more than 2.1 metres, fully laden, with about 200 tons on board. Due to the natural beauty of the Ria Formosa, a bucket and chain dredger was designed. This was able to cut the channel to the required depth and width, but yet operate during all states of tide. Due to the high density of the mud in the Ria Formosa, the mud actually consists of 1.7 tons per cubic metre. The bucket dredger is able to remove this at a rate of about 30 to 40 tonnes per hour. Although this process is a little bit slower compared to others, it is able to remove the mud onto the barge to create a full load within a 5-hour window and cause minimal impact on the environment. After the dredger has finished loading the barge with approximately 200 tonne, it then takes its 3-hour round trip out to sea. It navigates 6 miles of inland waterway down the narrow channels and then goes to approximately 2 miles offshore to its dumping point. I will show you this trip in another video. The link is on the screen or in the description below for mobile users. For those of you that do not know, split hopper barges are two hulls joined together at the top, forward and aft with hinges. The two hulls are able to open and close using huge hydraulic rams, which you can see on the top there. When the boat is being loaded or underway, the hulls are locked shut. But when the vessel gets to its drop point, hydraulic rams at the top will be activated and the hull will be able to open, and the cargo falls out the bottom. What keeps the boat afloat while the two hulls are open are huge ballast tanks forward and aft built into each hull. The power for the boat is provided by a Volvo marine diesel engine. This does not only power the Rolls Aquamaster leg, which is basically an outboard engine, it also supplies the boat with all the hydraulics it needs to open and shut the hulls with the hydraulic rams. The dredger is a bucket chain dredger and is one of the oldest forms of dredging known. It dates back to 1850 and was also used in the construction of the Suez Canal. The bucket chain dredger consists of about 50 buckets all linked together on a chain. Each individual bucket has teeth. This belt is then driven down into the mud and cuts away at the surface. The cargo is then transported all the way to the top, is dumped onto a conveyor belt which then transports the mud across to the barge. The whole platform is able to be manoeuvred up and down the side of the barge, allowing it to cut to a precise depth. This is all achieved via cables and anchors attached to electrical motors on the platform. For those of you that do not know about the Ria Formosa, I'll just give you some basic information. These inland waterways in the Ria Formosa have been used for commercial craft for the last few thousand years, even predating the Roman occupancy. The Ria Formosa is a lagoon, a system of barrier islands linked to the ocean through 6 outlets, and is over 170 kilometres square, and it is now designated as a national park. The airport for the Algarve is at the end of the Ria Formosa, which is adjacent to Faro. We'll now take a trip across to the dredger and get on board so I can show you the actual cargo bay. No, let's go on the dredge. Yeah, on the mudlark. All the dredging process is controlled from the platform you can see there. and you can see the forward ram with the hinge pin just in blue underneath the ram, and then there's one behind me which you'll see in a second. The design plans for this barge, by the way, are available to be purchased. You can see how close we are to the airport there. One of the planes coming into land. At this point we're about 2 hours into loading, and as I said earlier, there'll be a link above and also in the description below to the video where we take the cargo out to sea to the drop point, and I'll show you the boat opening up and dropping the cargo out. If you require any more information on the plans, feel free to contact us in the link at the description below. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope at some point you actually get to visit the Ria Formosa in the Algarve. Thanks again for watching.